Welcome to the dynamic learning hub of ExcelR at Andheri East. A prime spot conveniently located at just a 5-minute walk from LIC Andheri Metro. In our journey of over a decade, we have proudly trained over 2 lakh students. We've also been recognized by Deloitte, Silicon India, and other accreditation bodies. Experience learning like never before in our spacious and comfortable classrooms. With high-definition projectors and state-of-the-art acoustics in place, we ensure effective learning even to the farthest point in the room. The hybrid mode is a game-changer as you can enjoy the benefits of a live classroom from the comfort of your home. Even if you happen to miss any classroom session, you can still attend the same session with the same trainer at the same time.
My mentor Mayur helped me for attending these classes. So he is a very informative and helpful guy. In the course end, there is a exam which I topped. So I came to the ExcelR office in Bengaluru. This digital marketing course has helped my career and my skills to develop, and the certificate has helped my company to join. Thank you, ExcelR.
I came to know about this course from my college. Actually, for learning platform, this is very nice, and I learned from here ChatGPT and AI from online. Because he's teaching for me for AI generative and ChatGPT. We are using this technology in more, and after finishing the courses, I came for collecting the certificate. I seen the classrooms and faculties. Classroom is very nice. After the completion of exam, they will give gift and certificates. Thank you, ExcelR, for giving these courses. I learned a lot from this. I gained the more knowledge from here, and thank you for ExcelR for teaching us.
Hello guys, I'm Vikram Mahajan and I'm studying in Swami Vivekananda Institute of Technology College, and I came across a training program which was mobile app development using Flutter, which was given to us by ExcelR Solutions. I came across this program through my college faculty, who told us about this program, that it is a very good course and you should enroll in this course. So I enrolled in this course, and initially I felt really good about this course because they started everything from a very basic point of view, that even if someone who doesn't know anything about Flutter or anything about mobile app development can also learn the same way the ones who know about it are learning. So no student was left behind and everyone was given equal attention. All the doubts throughout the course were cleared. And if we had any questions also, we were like, the trainer was also ready to stay for a longer time than it was scheduled, even for the sake of doubts. So that shows how important the students are to them. So it was a really good experience with ExcelR's program, and by the end of the training program, I was able to develop my own application. And through the development also, there was another point. So our sir taught us about how we can connect our own mobile phone to our laptop and write code in our laptop, and you can see the output in your phone, which was really creative and interesting for me. I felt really good about that. So in the end, I developed my own mobile application. I showed it to my mother, I showed it to my friends. I felt really good about it. So I would really suggest ExcelR. I would recommend it to all my friends to take courses from here, as they focus on the children, focus on the students, and they focus on what's necessary, that is the students' doubts gets cleared and everything else. So today I came down to the ExcelR office to collect my certificate. So I got to know about what other courses ExcelR is offering. It included data analysis, data analyst, social media marketing, and full stack Java, and many more courses which were interesting, and they gave us an insight of how everything happens, and they take you through the course from the starting of the course to the end, and what next, that is placements as well. How you should be going into the interviews and how you should be approaching to companies, your resume building, and there were so many things which ExcelR is going to help you in, and they are ready to give you all the knowledge required even if you are a beginner. So I really felt good about this visit, and I would really recommend ExcelR to everyone who's listening to this, and also to all my friends, that I had a very good experience with ExcelR, and I would suggest you to experience the same. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Satish and I am from Swami Vivekananda Institute of Technology. I am here to share my experience about ExcelR program. I took part in the ExcelR program that was conducted in the last month about the mobile app development using Flutter. What I liked the most about this session was the trainer started from the scratch. That means even the beginner who don't know about the basics of the program, even they can learn the most from this program. It gave me hands-on experience by developing a project which was the final outcome. Thank you ExcelR for giving me this opportunity, and I would also recommend all my friends to take part in the ExcelR programs. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Tasneem. I am the Senior Manager at 98 Percentile in the HR department, and today we did a wonderful drive with ExcelR. It was amazing right from the very beginning, from the very first day when I got in touch with them till today. I think it was an extremely smooth journey with them. There were multiple follow-ups done by the representatives in order to check that we would be, what time we would be coming, how many people would be coming, what vehicle we would get. To that extent, they were so precise in giving all the information to us. It was extremely great to get associated with them and have a drive at ExcelR campus. So we are very, very happy that we got a chance to do this. Now coming to the students, what ExcelR had, I think they were extremely enthusiastic, they were well prepared, they were aware of what they are coming for. I think there was some back-end preparation which they did that was commendable. They also were very confident and they were open to any kind of thing we were asking them to do. That was I think the best part. Now, I really hope we have a very, very fruitful association with each one of them and ExcelR in future. We are really looking forward to have many more drives like this.
Good evening, all. I hope you all are doing well. Okay, students, I request please inform your friends to join the session as soon as possible. We'll start the session. So before that, I request please inform your friends to join the session as soon as possible. Good evening, Umar sir. Umar sir, is I'm audible? Students, kindly confirm, is my voice audible to everyone?
Hi guys, am I audible to everyone?
Yeah, yes sir, you're audible.
Okay, so we'll start. Okay, some discussions have sent, students have sent in some. Okay, all good. So today let's try to add some security to what we had built, okay? So let me know once you're able to see my Eclipse screen. So we are into the college management system. Okay, so who all are practicing simultaneously with me and have reached at the same level where I am programming? Have you done all the code operations? Everyone? Yeah, I was able to see my Eclipse screen. Let me know once you're able to see the screen. So today's agenda is something very interesting and something which you all can highlight while giving an interview, because the interview will be based on your project. So you can say that I have done security also in the project. We have added security. Okay, before that, I wanted to show you all some utilities, some advantages and some shortcuts which we use in Spring Boot applications. So if you remember over here, for all the model classes which I made, I had to write this. This is called as a no args constructor. Okay, so we call it a no argument constructor. Okay. And below that is called as the all args constructor. Okay. So, and this we call as a all args constructor. All argument constructor, because we're passing all the argument. Okay. And this we call as the setter function or the getter function. So all the function with the get, all the function with the get, which starts with the get, we call them as the getter functions. So here we have three attributes. I will have three getter functions and three setter functions. So these are called as getter functions. and these are set. These are called as setup. Okay, and this is your toString function. So most of the model classes will have this pattern. So what we do in Spring Boot is we have a dependency called as Lombok. Okay, so this also you can put in your resume, the Lombok dependency. So the number of keyword you put in the resume, technical keyword, based on that, your resume will be filtered and the ATS will bring it on top. So no need of writing 4 or 5 pages resume, just make a resume of 1 page, but it should have the appropriate keywords. So today's keyword I'm teaching you all is the Lombok. Okay, so let me add the dependency. I will have it on my previous file. So search for Lombok. If you get it, let me know. See here. Okay, this dependency is sufficient. Right click on it. Right click and copy. And go to our form XML. This is our form XML. Anywhere in the dependency tab, anywhere below also you can put it. Okay. And as you do a save, you'll see a progress bar at the bottom right. It is downloading the jar for the Lombok. Okay. So let this progress bar complete. And always remember, whenever you add a new dependency, try to do a project clean. It's a good habit to do a project clean. This also is a good habit. Okay, now, so the Lombok is one of the dependency which you have to add the dependency and also install the dependency. So if you go to your application, okay, this is our application. So if you go to Maven dependencies, it might have downloaded a dependency for Maven Lombok over here. Just search for L, or you can just choose the first one and type hitting L as in Lima. So logback is there, logback, log4j, log4j, and see below, it has added Lombok. So those who are doing this for the first time, what you have to do is right click on this and say copy qualified name. Okay, I'm doing this very slowly so that you can watch the recording and then do it. Right click and say copy qualified name. Once you have copied the qualified name, then you have to open a terminal. So if you don't see the terminal option over here, you can go to window, show view, and you'll see terminal somewhere here, terminal. So it will open up like this terminal. You can drag it and put it in the console also, so that they don't occupy much space. Now once you're in the terminal, click on this blue color icon and a terminal will open. Use local terminal is fine. And you have to type this command, java-jar, and whatever you copied from here, paste that. Right click and you paste. And you hit enter. As you hit enter, some small window will open up. Just check that box and click on install. That's all. I've already done it, so I don't want to do it once again. So just as you hit enter, a small window will open up. There'll be a checkbox. Just check that box and click on enter. Okay. So if I have anything of that nature to show y'all how it will look like, I can show it to y'all. Once. Let me check in my hard disk if anything of this nature is there with me, so that you all can get it. Okay. It's not there with me. Not there in this laptop. I had made a documentation. This database and I'm Elections, ExcelR, testing the primary. Okay, this file is there. So see, I'm sharing my screen. How it will look to you all. It will look something like this. Okay, you add the dependency. You go and search in the Maven dependencies, expand Maven dependencies, and you search for the Lombok. Okay, copy the qualified name. Go to window. Go to show view. Go to terminal. Go to terminal. Click on this icon, and local terminal is fine. And as you paste this window will open up. Just check this box and click on install. Within a second, it will install. And after installation, just click on the quick installer. And then you have to restart Eclipse. Okay, remember this. Okay, so please note, after you have installed the Lombok, you have to, so let me save it somewhere properly where I can remember it. Okay, I'll save it on the hard disk somewhere. Maybe I'll save it into our repository also, so that to make the work very much easier for us. Okay, so once you have done this, then what you can do, restart the Eclipse. And once you have restarted the Eclipse, then now you can use the Lombok. How to use it? Very interesting. Okay, so go to our model class. Let's say our model class was teacher. Or let's say student. Okay, what is this? This is a no args constructor. I can remove this from here and directly add to my class @ no args constructor. Your control space bar, it will prompt you. What was this? This was an all args constructor. Remove this and just add to my class @ all args constructor. What are these? Getters. Remove them. Just add to my class @ getter. What are these? Setter functions. Just remove it from my class. Just add these are called annotations. They're called as annotation setter. And what is this? ToString. Remove it from here. Just add the annotation @ToString. So Spring Boot primarily plays on annotation. The more command you have on annotation, the better command you will have on Spring Boot. Now see, now my code has become so short and sweet. Into one single frame, I can fit a complex class now. So more or less, we apply this on all the classes. So I copy this and I will apply it to my teacher class also. Once I have applied it, then no need for the all args, no need for the no arg, no need for setter, no need for getter, and no need for ToString. And my class becomes so short and sweet and simple. This is the beauty of Spring Boot, and this is what your Lombok dependency does to the application. Program will be as like yesterday. Okay, so how we were running the code yesterday, it will work in the same manner even after so much reduction. If you want to check, we can test our code. So it's running right, and so now we can go and say open up a new tab and say localhost What is the port number we had given? 80, 90. And what we had given? Something like all teacher or what? So what was the endpoint we had given for the teacher controller? So we had given this one. Read teacher details from UI. You had given this one, right? You're showing me all teachers. So I can copy this. You're not able to see my Eclipse screen? I am on my Eclipse screen now. Now? Yes, all good now. You're able to see? So read teacher details from UI. Okay, let's copy this and let's try to run this. And our program should run perfectly fine even without that. Okay. So local host and like this. Okay. So it's working fine. Okay. Try this. Meanwhile, I just come in 2 minutes. Yes, guys, I'm audible. So you tried that, Rohit? Was it working? Hello? Who tried that? Lombok? So someone shared me a screenshot that it's not working. Yeah, sure. I explain. Lombok is a good dependency to have. So this is fine. Ignore that yellow line. Just go and check in the Maven dependencies. After saving, do you get a Lombok jar? Rohit. Ignore that white line. Just check in the expand the Maven dependencies toward the left. And just check if you see a lombok.jar. That is more important. If you have saved it. Do you see it? See, this is where I'm telling you to look at. I'm expecting you to look over here. Look over here. See, in the Maven dependencies, when you expand, somewhere at the end, you should have lombok.jar. Is this, are you able to see this? That is more important. Rohit? Yeah, you can see it, right? So right click on it and then follow the steps. Maybe I'll push that document also on the GitHub repo. So you all can take the document from the repo, which I showed you, you can follow that document. So let me add it to our repository also. So I'll make a folder by the name documentation. Okay. Where is our... Okay, I'll make a folder by the name documentation. In that, I'm placing this file. Okay, so you can go there and fetch it, and you will get all the screenshots which I'm referring to. We are knowledge management. Okay. Now check, Rohit, and you have the screenshot. Okay, so you can take it from there. Let's move ahead. So once we have added the security, once we've added this Lombok, now let's focus on the security. So what I mean by security is, now if I try to hit any endpoint, it is directly allowing me to access the endpoint. There is no authentication, nothing, and directly I'm being allowed to access this site. Correct? But this doesn't happen in real world. You directly cannot access any site. So what we do over there now is, so for that we'll have to add security. So when I say security to the project, okay, so we have two broad aspects whenever we deal with security. That is authentication and authorization. So we have one topic as authentication and other as authorization. So we have these two topics. This comes under the topic of security. So whenever you play with security, you got to understand these two topics. These two concepts. They sound ambiguous, but there are a lot of difference between these two terms. So let me explain it with the help of example to understand what is this. So if this is a 5-star hotel, if this is a 5-star hotel, okay. So this is the reception area of that hotel. It's a big campus. So behind there are many, okay, there's this building which has the accommodation. There's this building which has the cafeteria. Okay, then there are some buildings which has the gym inside. Okay, there's some other amusement, something is there. So huge campus. So there's a person who has made a booking for this hotel. Okay. So let's say Alice has made the booking. So Alice will first report to the receptionist. So this is Alice. And Alice will report at the receptionist. So the receptionist will ask Alice for the booking ID. So let's say Alice says my booking ID is 1234. Then she will ask Alice for a valid ID proof. The government recognized ID proof. So Alice will have to produce her valid ID proof. Okay, once she submits the valid ID proof, the receptionist will say that a OTP has been sent to the registered mobile number. Correct? And once Alice provides this OTP, then she will say, okay, ma'am, you're authenticated, you're a genuine customer, and she will greet Alice and she will say, okay, you are room number 401. So she will ask someone to escort Alice till the room. So some employee of the hotel will escort Alice till her room. But that will only happen after successful authentication. So what the receptionist is doing over here is called as authentication. Okay. If someone else who has got the booking ID, okay, has got hold of the booking ID, tries to be an imposter and tries to behave as Alice. Okay. So when he will present the booking ID, the booking has been made under the name of Alice. When they will ask for the valid ID proof, they will not have the valid ID proof. So their authentication will be failed. For this person, authentication failed. And for the genuine customer, authentication has been successful. So that is the first stage in security. Now Alice is in her room number 401. Let's say then she goes and has maybe dinner. So she goes to the dining area, cafeteria, and she has dinner over there. Okay. Comes back to her room, sleeps. Next morning, let's say she wants to go to the gym. So she packs her bag. And as she's about to enter the gym, there'll be some security guard over there at the entrance of the gym. So security will ask Alice for her booking ID. So Alice will present her booking ID, that her booking ID is 1234. Okay. So he will look up into his system and he will tell, ma'am, the booking which you have made is you are only allowed to access the room and the cafe. You have made a very base level booking. Okay. In that base level booking, we allow access only to the room and to the cafeteria. Rest all the other services are all chargeable. So if you want to avail any other service, you have to pay. So the access for one-time usage of the gym is 1000 rupees. So Alice feels this is too much for her. She will not enter the gym. So even though she is authenticated but she is not authorized to access all the services. Even after authentication, she has access only to limited services. Okay, let's take a scenario wherein the owner of this hotel comes in. Okay, if the owner of this hotel, now he checks into the hotel. So now he can access all the services, room also, cafeteria also, gym also, amusement park, because he is a administrator. Okay, we can say he is, so Alice we can say is a simple user. Alice we can say is simple user, and the owner of the restaurant or hotel is the admin. So they both have different privileges depending on the role. These are called as roles. These are called as roles. So the role which the admin has, he or she will enjoy more privileges compared to the role of a simple user. Okay, so Alice you can say has a user role, and the owner of the hotel has an admin role. So depending on the role, you will be given authority, given authorization. Is that making sense to you all? Same if I take a scenario of a e-commerce application or a normal retail shop. Okay, so in a retail shop, we are managing all the products. So we are adding new products. We are updating the pricing of the old products or deleting them from the stock, and we are reading or fetching the stocks. Okay, so we have all these four operations. So adding will call as create, reading will call as read, update, and delete, right? So we have these operations. So the owner of this retail chain, the user ID and password with which he will log in. Okay, let's say that we have Raj as the owner of the chain. So the credential which he will log in. Okay, let's say this is his ID, this is his password. So now as this user logs in, this user will have admin rights. So this user can perform all the operations. He can create also, read also, update also, and delete also. But if there's an employee, some salesman is there, okay, any by the other name, okay, Rohit is a salesman in this firm. Okay, any name you can take. Okay, Jack. He is a salesman in this firm. Now when Jack will log in, he is a simple user. He will be given access only to these two endpoints. Yeah, so admin can access all this as well as all the four endpoints he can access, right? But here, if Jack has logged in, he will only able to hit the create endpoint and hit the read endpoint. Jack will not be given access to the update and to the delete, because depending on the role. So any customer who logs in will be associated with one of the roles. Either he's an admin or he is a user. So if there's one more salesman, they work in shifts, 8 hour shift, John. And he also has to be associated with some role. So John also is a user. So John will only also be tried to access, create and read. If John tries to update, we'll show a message to John. Hi, John. You do not have the access to update. Okay. In real time, where this is used, if I have subscribed for Netflix and I have subscribed only for mobile user as a mobile usage. So I have a valid user ID and password. Okay. Let's say Alice. So I have a valid user ID and password. So when I will log in, it will authenticate me and will welcome me and will show me all the thumbnails of the movies, and I can browse through all the genres. But if I try to do the same on the television or a smart TV, it will say, please upgrade your pack, because you're not authorized to watch these on smart TV. You only have access to the mobile usage. If you want to watch this movie on the smart TV or on a bigger screen, you'll have to upgrade your pack, and then it will show me all the options. 599 for per month and blah 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 XYZ. Will ask me to recharge. So this is where they in real time use this authorization. So that user which has taken all the plan for small screen and large screen, if he tries to log in from a smart TV, it'll directly ask him to, okay, which movie you want to watch, and he can watch the movie. But those who have subscribed only for mobile usage and tries to watch on a smart TV will not be allowed. So this is where authentic authorization is used. Okay. I'll get in the point. So this is what we will try to now implement in our application. So when asked in the interview about the project, say very confidently that I implemented security in my project, I implemented authorization and authentication both, and explain in detail. So let's try to add that. So now we will add users who can access our website. Okay. So for that, we will make a model class called as user. So I have these step by steps. How I showed you all. Yes, please do a project clean after installation and do a restart the Eclipse, Rohit. And let me know if you are able to see the annotation. I've pushed the code on the GitHub. You should be able to see the code. Okay, so I have a step-by-step guide for the security. Let me fetch that file. Maybe I'll add that file also in the documentation. So you all should get all the data. Whatever I have done research of so many years, I'm giving it to you all on a platter. Just you all have to follow the step by step. Okay. So let me check if I have that file with me. Yeah, it's there. I'm copying and pasting it over here in our application. In the documentation, it's called as Spring Security. I've named the file as Spring Security. So I'll push that also. So okay, and I am able to see my screen. I'm sharing the documentation now. See, this is the documentation I shared with you all. Spring Security is in the documentation folder. Okay. So first you have to go and add a dependency. So as you all have seen the pattern now in Spring, whatever task you want to do, add a dependency for the same. So add a dependency for the Spring Security. So I do a right click, I copy, and where will we put the dependency in? Over here. So where is, we've expanded it too much. So let's So go to the POM XML and add the dependency. Okay. So you can add this also in your resume, Maven, that you have worked on Maven also. So this pom.xml is a part of Maven. Okay, so see now what this dependency will do is, I haven't yet added, okay, I haven't saved it yet. I haven't saved this yet. So just by merely adding this dependency now, see what happens in the application. I've saved it. Now see bottom right, it is downloading. So always keep an eye that it tries to download all the jars for that. Okay. Once you have added a dependency, what do we recommend? That you do a project clean. Okay. And also if possible, restart the application. So I stop the application, restart it. Stop that. I'll stop all my applications wherever they are on. I'll stop all my applications. Okay. Now let's see what happens now. When I right click on my application, run as Java application. Okay. Okay. So now if you observe on the, okay, so I'll show it to you all after some time. Let me come to the business end first. Okay, now you try to hit any endpoint, it will not directly allow you to access it. Okay, now I'm entering the same thing. Now as I hit enter, okay, you know what is intercept? What is the word intercept? Okay, so if one footballer is running with the ball, what will the other team do? Will they allow him to run with the ball? Some player will come from other direction and will intercept him, right? So the flow which was going straight will now be intercepted in between. So here what will happen is, all this while directly I was hitting the endpoint and I was able to access it. Now the Spring security will intercept it. And first it will intercept for authentication purpose. That you have to authenticate yourself, that you are a legitimate user. So the default authentication mechanism in a Spring Boot application is form-based authentication. Okay, so it will open up a login form. It will open up, this is all implicitly built inside the mechanism of Spring Boot. It will open up a login form. I will ask you to enter username and password. This form is predefined inbuilt in Spring Security. We'll ask you to enter username and password. Okay, the default username is user and the default password. Okay, this it will search at 3 places. First, the password will search for any in a class which is annotated with @configuration. A class which is annotated with @configuration, and second @enable web security. So it will go and search for the password in this class, a class which has these two annotations. It will try to check in this over here, that if it gets the password over here, well and good. If it doesn't get the password over here, second place it will go and search for the password in the application properties. Application.properties. It is in the templates folder. And if it doesn't get the password over there also, third, it will look on the console. Okay, so now we don't have any class yet. We have not mentioned any password in the properties also. So third thing left is the console. So the password should be visible on the console. So see, as I hit enter now, you will check what happened. As I hit enter, this form has opened up. It has intercepted the request and it has opened up. Default user is user and default password is, now I will look at the console because I don't have these two right now. So if you will expand the console, you should see that it has given a temporary password over there. Okay, so let me show you on the console. Let me show you on the console. So this console has opened up. If you observe, it has printed a security password. If I stop the application and rerun, it will give me a new password. So this password will persist only till the application has not been restarted. On the restart, this password will be renamed, or there will be a new password will be generated. Now copy this. And now after copying this, paste it over here as a password. And now if I try to sign in, then it will take my request further and show me the page, else it will not. Getting it? And it also has a logout form also. So logout and login has been added just by adding Spring Security. So if I enter user, and if I enter in a random password, my own password, this will give bad credentials, invalid credentials. Okay, so like this, authentication is done in a default way. But this is not appreciated much because if I stop the application and so if I share this password with someone that this is the password, while logging, please log in with this password. And then I have to stop the application. Then when I restart, now I have to reshare the password with that customer. So this is a bit tedious. So what we do is we apply the second line of defense, that we mention the password in the properties file here. See over here how we are mentioned over here. Okay, like this. So you mention the password. Okay, give whatever password you want to give. So Virat is my username and Kohli is my password. So now when I click on save and my application will rerun, it will not print me the default password on the console now. Now it will not print me the default password on the console. Because why? Because it looks for the password at these places, right? So if you're looking for the class teacher, you'll first look for the, let's say you're looking for the HOD. So you'll first look in the HOD's cabin. If you don't find her over there, you will look in the classroom which she teaches. If you don't find over there, you'll ask a teacher that has the HOD come today to college. So if you see the HOD is teaching in the classroom, will you ask any teacher that has the HOD come today? No, right? So okay, very good that you have finally implemented Lombok and it is successfully running. Very good, nice. But I request everybody to do the same. Okay, so if you have gone the HOD in the classroom, you will not ask her fellow colleagues, other teachers that have you seen HOD ma'am. So here, if I have got the details in this properties file, it will not print on the console. So now if I restart my application 10 times, no need to worry about the password because password I have hard coded in my property file. So this is the password now, Virat and Kohli. So let's try to run. Okay, let's try to hit this endpoint. What was that endpoint which we wanted to access? Read teacher. Okay. Now if I hit, now I get this login form. Now I enter Virat. I enter my password and it will. What happened? What happened over here? Where is it? Why is it redirecting me? Okay, read teacher. Why is it calling read teacher? I wanted to And why is read teacher calling save teacher? I wanted to get this one, right? Why is read teacher from UI show all teachers, right? We are going to call show all teachers. This is what I was calling, right? So we'll call what? Show all teachers. Now it has. Okay, so now I'll log out. Okay, logged out. Now I will try to hit which endpoint. Show all teachers. It will intercept and last is login form. I'll enter the credentials Virat and Kohli, and it will successfully take me over there. If I enter any other credentials, okay, if I enter any other credentials, okay, so if I try to go to show all teachers, and if I enter a Virat and if I enter a random password, will give me invalid credentials. So far, so good. Secondly, also done. But here it is still allowing me to access only one single user, right? I'm having only one single user over here. So now what we can do is we can have multiple users now. So those multiple users, either they can be hard coded. So if it is a small application, okay, limited number of users, so we can hard code the details. So I've shown that also in this document which I've shared with you all. So let me share this. Okay, Spring security. This is added. So that is called as in-memory authentication. So to achieve that, first thing first, what we will do is we will make a class. Okay. So what we will do is I'll just do the entire setup with you guys. Okay. So what are the classes we have to add over here? So let me just check. We'll have to add some classes. Okay. So yeah, so we can. Okay, so we'll follow this for security. I'll just give you the list of classes which we have to add. We'll just follow this pattern. So from here, okay, so we'll make a security package first. So we have all the other packages. Now we'll also make a security package. It will be a part of our base package. Dot security. Okay, so and now we need to add a user. So we will add two classes, user and roles. Okay, understand this concept clearly. So now whoever will log in, will provide them the credentials. We will provide them the credentials. So we have to make two classes. Okay. One class is the user who will log in. We'll call it as the user class. And every user will have a user ID. Will have a username. And will have a password. Okay. And then we will have a roles class also, as I had discussed. You have two roles now, admin and simple user. So we'll have a role class also. So these two classes we have to make in our model. And in the role, we will be having role ID and role name. Role ID and role name. Okay. So let's say role ID is 1, and that is admin. validate2 is a simple user, and user is user number 1. Now you can give as many users you want. Alice. And now we will not store the text password as plain text. We will encrypt this password. So if you want to write Alice password as Alice123, so we will not show it Alice123, even though she will log in with this password, but this will be stored in the database as $2A. This is the prefix for the bcrypt generator, and then any random sequence of alphanumeric characters. Then second, we have Ben. Even though Ben's password is Ben123, but we will decrypt the password in a way that we secure it. Okay, and like this, some alphanumeric values will put. So we'll have these two users, Alice and Ben. Okay, so I just for the sake of showing, I showed you that it will be decrypted. Okay. So now the relationship between user and role will be many to many. So one user can have many roles and one role can have many users. So in that, we have a third table which is generated, users underscore roles. So those who have done RDBMS or who has done SQL, they know what is many to many. A third table is done. So this is the primary key of this table. This is the primary key of this table. So what happens in many to many? Both are referenced into a third table. So this is the user ID. Okay. And this is the role ID. And now here we can say 1, 1 means Alice is the admin, and 2, 2 that Ben is the user. So if Alice will log in, she will be able to do all the CRUD operations, CRUD, and if Ben logs in, he will only be able to create and read. So we have to now create these tables. So let's go to the model class. Okay, so I'm coming over here. Okay, so let's go to the model and create these two. So I have these tables ready over here, files. So in the entity, if you see, we will need the user and the role. I just copy it from here. Copy it from here and I paste it. Okay, and I paste it over here. So role and user. So user is having 3 columns: user ID, username, password. Role is having 2 columns: role ID and role name. Okay, and then many to many is there. So the third table will be made by what name? User underscore roles, and this is the foreign key, this is the foreign. So like this, you can create the user underscore roles. So when I save this and run this application, the 2 tables should have been made in the background. Let's go and check in the database whether the 2 tables are there. Okay, so this is our database on the browser screen. I hope you all are able to see the browser screen. So where is our database? Our database was Major Project DB. So now we have 5 tables, if you observe. Okay, so now we have 5 tables. So we have got the user table also. Let's insert value for the user. So I have the option over here. I can insert from here. This will auto increment. Password I need to get. So we are using a utility called as bcrypt generator to decode the password. We have a utility called as bcrypt password generator. Use this utility, very good utility. So what password I want? Okay. So I want the password to be a small Alice123. Okay. So this is what we have to enter. But when we will store the database, we'll hash it, and this is what we'll store in the database. So bcrypt always starts with $2A. I copy this and I paste it over here. This is my password, and the user is Okay, I'm putting both as small. Then for Ben, I want to take the password Ben123, encrypt it, copy it, and put it in the database. This is the password, and the username is Ben. Okay, I'm putting all small, Alice all small, Ben all small, and go. So now this has been entered in the database. If I go to my user table and check, I'll be having two users, Alice and Alice123, Ben and Ben123. Then I go to the roles table. I'll add the roles also. First role is admin. Second role is user. ID will auto increment. Okay, so I have two roles added. One admin, two user, and then the third table we will assign which user will have what role. So while logging in, we know the specification. So here user ID 1 is having role ID 1, means Alice is the admin. User ID 2 is having role ID 2, that is Ben is the simple user. So if Ben will log in, he'll have a restricted access. Okay, so users, we have this data. User ID 1 is having role ID 1, user ID 2 is this. Okay, so database I have set up. So step 1 is done. Okay, then we'll have to add some classes. Okay, which I'll just take it from there and show it to you all. Okay, so from the security, take these two classes. Okay, what is account status? Is it necessary? Okay, we can take this also. So I'll copy these three classes and put in a security package. Okay, so these are just, we have to just customize them. Okay, they are added over here. So import the user, Control Shift O, import the user from R class. Polynomial system U. So good. Okay, then the repository, you have to make a user repository. So from the repository, take the user repository also and put it in the repository. You have to copy this much. Okay. Control Shift O, user from model user. Save it. User details. Control Shift O, user repository from the user from our user. It's all good. Now it looks good. Okay, so you can stop the service as of now. Now we have done the changes. Now let's come to our web security. So now as we have given a class which has enable configuration web security, so whatever security will be there, it will pick up from here now. Okay, as I had mentioned, first place is to check in the class which has this annotation. So now we have a class which has this annotation. Okay, and now here we can configure our application. Okay, so now I will show the endpoint. So whichever, let's go to the teacher and teacher controller. Teacher controller. Okay, teacher controller FE. So by default, we'll log in with this one, show all students. Yes, everybody is. So I will say this can be accessed by both of. Okay, so I will tell in my this web security that the root and show all students. So read and add. So which was the add one? Add a teacher, which one do we have? Teacher registration form. This can be done by both admin and user. Okay, so like this. So this endpoint can be accessed by both. And there's a 403 endpoint also. So let's go to the, okay, let's go to the hello controller and add this endpoint 403. So if you want to check what is the code for that, you can go to the documentation and just search for control F/403. Okay. And you have this request mapping, just copy this. Okay. So this is just more of a configuration code, nothing logical in this, and paste it over here. Okay, go Control Shift O, and then you need a view also by the name 403. So in the templates, you'll have to go and make a HTML page by the name 403. Okay, 403 is the HTTP status code. Okay, we have various HTTP status codes we have. Okay, so you all know what is a very famous code 404. Okay, page not found. So like this, there are many status codes. 200 is okay. 201 is inserted or created. Like this, if you are not authorized to access a page, so 403 is forbidden. So if you get forbidden means you are not authorized to access that endpoint. You are trying to access a wrong endpoint. So that's why we are given it as 403. So just search for the 403.html. 403.html. Okay, it is there. Just copy this small code and paste it. Okay, so just do a Control A and Control V, replace it. Yeah, so this much should be good. Okay, so let's come over here now back. In the hello, this is done. Let's go to web security again. So show all students. Okay, we are the teacher controller, no? We are on the teacher controller. So show all teachers. Where are we now? In the web security. So show all teachers. Teachers registration form and 403 can be accessed by both user as well as admin. But when it comes to update and delete, so when it comes to update and delete, so when it comes to these two endpoints, update okay, when it comes to update and when it comes to delete, those can be done only by the admin. So we are explicitly mentioning over there that this can be accessed only by the admin. After login, you can route to show all teachers. Okay, and if there is a 403 access denied, route to the 403 endpoint. So this much if we do, we are good now. Okay, let me just go and check the database. Once we have teacher, this value not required. Okay, so all good. So let's now try to test this is everything is working fine or not. Yes, someone raised a hand. Okay, so now we've done the configurations. Now we just have to check whether it is working fine as per our expectation or not. So let's come here. Okay, so I'm on this page. Let's try to hit the login. Okay, so as I come, okay, the server is down. We haven't started the service, no? Service is not started, so it is showing this web page. Okay, so you have to start the service first, else you will not get any response. So our service is not started yet. I've done a lot of configuration. I'll do a project clean also once. So if you will let me know if there are any mistakes. All good. Let's try to now hit the service and check whether it is working fine. Okay. Once we have got the message, port number and seconds, we are good to go. And let's try to now check on the console on the web browser now whether we are able to hit. Okay, I'm sharing my entire screen. I hope you're able to see the browser. I go to login, I hit enter. Now I have to log in with Alice and Alice123. Okay, all small. And let's check. I log in. It's showing a post mapping is not supported. So we'll have to go and check the mapping of teacher controller FE. Show all. Let's make it as a request now. Okay. So I've changed that to request mapping. Okay. So done a restart. So I've come back over here. Let's try to hit login again. Okay. Let's try with Alice. Password as Alice123. I click on login and now it has authenticated Alice. Now Alice is a super user, can do the read. Okay. So read is done. Okay. So it is able to read all the records. So it is able to do this task. Let's try to create with Alice, add a teacher. So it is able to add a teacher also. Okay. Teacher name, anything. Then my $35,900. Add teacher. Teacher gets added. So it is able to do the create also. Now if it wishes to update. Okay, if it wishes to update. So I want to increase Alice's salary from 800 to 1000. Update, it updates salary also. So it is able to do the update as well. Okay. And if it wants to delete, it can do delete also. But this is a super user. I want to delete the record of Tanmay. Click on delete and record has been deleted. All the 4 options it is permissible. Okay, now I log out with this user and I log in with the simple user Ben. And I say Ben123. I log in with Ben now. Okay, he's able to read. Okay, so Ben is able to read. Not a problem. Ben is okay, read is below. Ben is able to read, not a problem. It is able to create, add a teacher. Okay, give whatever name, 98. Okay, 1000. It is able to add. Okay, so this also it is able to do, create and read. But now if the simple user tries to update, see what happens. So the simple user now goes and tries to click on update. Okay, the browser screen visible. Okay, it says, hi Ben, you do not have permission to access this page. Making sense, guys? If we try to delete, we'll make sure whether he has not clicked it by mistake. He says yes. It says, hi Ben, you don't have permission to access this. So we have done the entire security, authentication as well as authorization. Is this making sense to you all, guys? Is this concept clear? Yes, yes, Amar sir will share the. It's okay, so no need to worry. But is this concept clear? Did you all get the concept? End to end, I have shown you all the entire working model. Let me push this code, and now you all can practice. I'll give you all the last 15-20 minutes to practice so that if anybody is having an issue, he or she can raise it upfront with me. Okay. So that is what is the purpose of project-based learning, that you all do it simultaneously with me. Else it will be one-way traffic. I'm also pushing the code also and the documentation also. So I've given you all everything, whatever you all need to implement this. You all can reuse my classes, just copy and paste them. So this is more or less a configuration job. So no need to code from scratch. Even if you all can manage the configuration, is good. Yes, now tell me who has what concern and what issues. Yes, guys. Yes, guys. Please send in your questions. Yes, yes, sir will share in some time the attendance sheet. Okay, it has been shared. Okay, the attendance sheet has been shared on the chat. Okay, please mark your attendance. And I have pushed the entire code also on the GitHub repository. You all can access the code over there, and the entire documentation also I have pushed onto the repository. Okay, so we've made a handsome amount of progress on this project, and we also added security, and I also showed you all the Lombok dependency as well. Okay, so let's utilize this last 15-20 minutes for practice, and if you have any concerns, questions, queries, you can let me know. If you're getting any errors, you can send me the screenshot of that error. Rohit, how far have you progressed? Did you try to implement the security part? You've added Lombok. Who all successfully have added Lombok? Okay, so let me check what all we can try to add over here. Okay. All this code. Okay, attendance it has been again reshared. So those who have not marked their attendance and feedback can do so. Okay, so this contains the entire front end and back end aspect of our project development. Now, instead of the text which we are seeing as the delete and update button, instead of text which we are seeing, if you want any icon over here, some buttons, logos, then we can take any image also and put it. So let me show you. Okay, so like this, instead of we have this SVG, okay, scalable vector graphic, it is called as. You can take this. This is for which option? Update. Okay, for update, you can have this SVG. So take this SVG and copy it Okay, over here. So very big. Okay, so let me just copy these two and paste it in a notepad file. Over there we can remove it. Okay, so remove the extra stuff. Okay, button secondary button small is there, no? That much we also already have. Okay, button danger button small. Okay, button secondary button, yeah, this also we also have that. So from here onwards, remove everything. You just want the image, right? And then at the end, whatever is there, just take that. Remove this also. The anchor and the TD, remove this also. Now we have this one full SVGA. Okay, copy this. This is for the update one. So instead of writing the keyword update, we can replace this with an image. Okay, and the same thing we can do for delete also. Okay, I'll just show it to you all with the update. At least with the update, I'll show it to you all. Then let's see how it's looking. Let's refresh this. See, now we are not seeing the update, now we are seeing this button over here. Height and all that we can adjust. Okay, similarly for the delete. So if I come here, all products. So I get this. I'll just copy that and paste it over here. Okay. So we'll remove the extra stuff. Just take the SVG. And in the end also we are having a SVG. What happened? Remove all that extra. And over here also okay, remove all this extra. Copy this, Control C, and come over here and paste it. So instead of writing the word delete in our application, instead of writing the word delete, we can replace this with a image. I do a save. I do a refresh. Okay, so it has come with the image over here. Size we can always adjust. Okay. Attendance sheet has been shared on the chat multiple times. You all can mark the attendance from there. Those who have not done yet. Okay. Maybe we have scaled it too much, that's what it's showing. Yeah, so this, you all can use the images or plain text, anything. Yes, I'll let you push this code also on the GitHub. So the entire end-to-end I have pushed. SQL file also you want. SQL file, if I have to push, so I'll give the major DB project SQL file. You can directly use that. So all the queries will be over here. So I'll add this SQL file also in the repository. Somewhere I'll make a folder by the name database. So I'll make a folder by the name database. In that I will place the SQL file as well. Good one. And I'm pushing that file also. Yes, Rohit, I've done that. I've pushed the database file also. I've made a folder by the name database. See if you can get hold of it. And say, I've done that, Rohit. Anybody else who is practicing parallelly? So please let me know what doubts or concerns you are having. We'll sort it. You can Siddhi divert this query to the administrators. They'll be in a better position to assist. Yeah, I'll put all those what I have done into a folder and I'll share all the notes with you. Mohit, the attendance sheet has been shared multiple times on the chat. See, they will get an update from the administration as to what decision they will take in your case. So very soon they'll update you. In the technical aspect, any concerns, anyone has any issues, can highlight it. So this will require a lot of practice. Tomorrow we'll be having the last session. So tomorrow we'll try to assemble all this. Okay. And I'll give you the documentation also tomorrow. So start structuring your resume based on whatever we've learned in this session. So I'll give you all the keywords which you all should be putting on your resume. Yes, anyone having any questions? Yes, guys. All good. So we can wind up for today's session then. Sushmita, you have any announcement to make for them?
No, sir, that's okay. We will wind up for the day.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah,
Bye.
thank you, sir. Thank you so much. We'll meet again by tomorrow at 7 p.m.
Yes, sure. That would be
Yeah.
the session.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so dear students, it is just a reminder. I hope you all marked your attendance, but still, kindly mark your attendance without any fail. As you all know, 60% of attendance is mandatory to get the certificate. Okay. So yeah, thank you for joining. We'll meet again by tomorrow at 7 p.m. Thank you all. Good night.